No.
No.
She's not coming.
Busy.
The easement right here, so it looks for the,
Well, I wonder if
any liens on the,
Colleen, Mrs. Robinson, will she come in? Has she been in? Pay for
I
that?
don't see.
okay, so I guess.
That's right. Gotta get that resolved.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, you got your black robe yet?
Thank you guys for your help.
No, but I found one on Amazon for $14.
You could probably get a Halloween costume.
Is it silky?
You
Yeah,
know,
for
you have to
$14, I don't
decide
care.
you have to decide if you're gonna do something kind of special and different.
Yeah.
The
it
judge I
half
clerked
black?
for over Billings, Judge Bars, she,
Yeah.
well, this is going online, so I need to be careful. For all appearances, it looked purple, but it was not purple, it was imperial blue.
Oh.
That's
There you
tough to
go.
pull off.
And if you called it purple, you were in trouble. You were strongly reminded that it was imperial blue.
You were in contempt of court.
Well, it was my first day, so I was not held in contempt of court, but I got a very stern lecture that it was imperial blue.
Never heard
But
of that.
that was her thing. She also had a great sense of humor, though. On Halloween one year after the O.J. Simpson trial, she wore a Judge Ito mask to court. Judge Ito, he was the judge who sat for the O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, yeah.
And she somewhere found a mask of Judge Ito,
Good
and
sense of
so
humor.
she was Judge Ito for court that day, for a long motion.
Is that
The
legal?
court is just right upstairs and.
She's gonna get the reputation of being the hanging judge.
I don't mind that reputation.
Hang 'em.
One before Larson, that's the hanging judge. Judge Larson.
Are you practicing saying overruled with conviction? Overruled.
We got a sustained bench, right? Sustained.
You know, I gotta tell you, if I'm right, certainly if I'm wrong, and I'm not saying I'm right all the time, I don't mind if you tell me I'm wrong, just, I think just saying, no, Mr. okay, sorry. Yeah, and I'm good with that, I don't need a lot of flowery,
You don't
telling
need
me all the different reasons
You
that
don't
I'm
need a
wrong.
lecture about Rule 404B and its relative application in a situation.
Yeah, I know Rule 404B.
If you had done your homework, you would know that. No, I don't know how you guys do it.
It's Serena Lee Mays.
One day at a time. Just like to put your pants on, one leg at a time.
Just make the decisions the
I
best you
can't
can.
accomplish that anymore.
Yeah. As you guys get older, you realize that one day at a time is not that easy.
It's getting tougher every day, man. I hear you.
And I used to make fun of people that acted like me.
Yeah, I never understood why my dad groaned when he stood up. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
if you can stand up.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. So, budget's in. I found though that Great West, there's multiple invoices with the floodplain.
Okay.
It didn't get the project number. I know there's a way to go back in, cancel it, reissue it, and it doesn't have any effect on anything other than, but there's quite a few of them that don't have that project number.
Okay.
Don't you think I should go back and,
Well, let's say, so Great West,
because they're getting quoted to rural addressing.
yeah, but that was that invoice for $1,900 or something, right? Or which invoice we cut?
One I just did, but there's several others in the past that are floodplain work that have the same coding, but they didn't get the project number for
And what is the project number?
118,
For what?
the floodplain, the fairgrounds, water stuff.
Yeah, but that floodplain permit should go to Justin because she is paid for through the rural address. Well, let's think about this.
Okay,
Because I
because
think I'm
there's,
wrong, I think I'm wrong.
they're starting to combine a bunch of stuff all on one invoice, and they're coding it out to the
We might be able
floodplain.
to know, yeah, and that's probably not fair.
And I don't know how to divide it
I don't
out.
know what he budgets it, but she's paid by the hour. He's got a budget of so many hours,
Okay,
but she'll look into floodplain issue, any floodplain issue she looks into.
okay,
So maybe it does belong there, but
well, we better look at, pull some out that don't
because
have,
that one, it listed like 5 projects and
Mhm.
only one of them was the fairground.
yeah. So I coded it to 118, so should I not
No,
take it off?
yeah,
Okay,
because it's not,
okay,
most of her hours, she worked on 5 projects. You can't tell how much was a fairground.
no, she doesn't
So
break
I
it
would
out.
code it back to Justin, but we need to have a talk with him.
Okay,
He's got a budget line item for the floodplain administrator. We
okay,
might look at that.
okay,
So Mike, I asked Chris and she doesn't have anything on that check either, so it must never,
Never get
we
received.
never.
cause I have checks from this year, 23 and 22, and I don't show anything from March of 24, right?
Well, we need to contact them, they'll reissue a check.
Yeah, they're gonna have to, cause we don't see it here anywhere, so.
Mm-mm.
I'll give you their contact information, Richmond, Virginia, Brown River.
It's a long ways from there to here.
You want their telephone number?
Sure, who am I calling?
Emily Surley, Sirney, and it's 888 441 2010, extension 6101.
And what is she saying, a check from March?
Yeah, it was March 15th they issued this check for
Have the check number?
$875.
800 and what?
$867.06. Issued on 3/15/24.
What was the check number, did she say?
Check number is 27643.
Okay, I'll give her a call. But no, I looked through my opioid grant folder and I don't show anything.
Yeah.
So what were those floodplains charged to rural addressing?
2397.
2397, okay. Because I know we budgeted for that, and it's countywide, any floodplain issue countywide. We deal with it.
Which most of it's over there anyway.
You might need the BG entity ID, whatever that is. It's 6559.
What is it?
6559 is it's BG entity ID.
Well, cause not all of the opioid checks come from the same place,
Yeah.
so, okay.
I can't even say opioid. I can't say it fast 3 times.
I can't spell it for the life of me. I misspell it every single time.
See?
Put them eyes in the
See, we
wrong
have to
place.
have something in common here. I can't say it, you can't spell it.
Got another one for you. Subpoena.
Subpoena,
Yeah.
Yeah, that one sounds like a
kind of necessary, huh?
Yeah. Still
Everybody-
misspell it every time.
Everybody puts a D in it.
You're supposed to, yeah.
I didn't think there was.
You can see me there, you know,
You mean
that
even,
and paraphernalia. I get the sound of that every time I spell.
I can't
I
say.
got a war on acronyms. I tell you, I got an email from the opioid people, Kelsey, and it's got OUD, MLSA, AWARE, SUD, and MHJP scattered through there. And I don't know what any of those stand for. And it don't make sense unless you know. And I wrote her a long email saying, can you explain what these are?
Send an answer.
And I told him I'm an old man and I don't like acronyms. And you should at least, if you're gonna put it in there, at least on the first line or two, explain what they are, and then you can use them. But it happens all the time. I was gonna put a sign on the door, no Ackermans allowed in this office. Because it's just irritating at times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I could have told you that.
Yeah, I suppose.
I can't say ambulance real quick either.
Comes out ambulance.
Yeah.
And the only other thing, well, Darcy and I are gone next week to Helena.
For what it's worth, it's,
Really.
they budgeted 8254 for the floodplain administrator. And they budgeted that based on how many times typically they've used her in the past or whatever. But that was the concept.
Then the only other thing, I've got a few accounts, that we have budget amounts in that I don't think we need, or maybe not need as much. So
Okay.
I'd like to, I'll probably just scan pages in and send them to you, and you guys
That's
can look
good.
at
And
them.
basically, it's like, we should probably just not appropriate for these things.
Yeah, so I need to take them out,
Gotcha.
so. Okay. I'll go try to get ahold of
I've
this.
been wondering.
You got my numbers, right? I got, you
Yeah.
needed.
You
I've
signed
been
it
wondering
today.
how much money is in that opioid account.
Good, good.
We've been dropping these checks in it for,
Well, what,
3 years.
what is the fund that it's going to?
that's it, we haven't put any, done any funding as far as I know.
Yeah, no, it's got a phone number, hang on.
And how, and where are we funding the community healthcare worker out of?
Well, there's an opportunity right there.
They made an account.
Okay, good.
They did, because they had to have an account for Jody's,
Yeah, to bring the money in and, but I think also that's maybe where some of this opioid, we should be putting the opioid revenue.
no, yeah, that would not
So the
be a
opiate
bad
is
idea.
2271. And the community health care worker has their own fund, Catalyst for Change, and that's 2272.
Okay, 227, do you guys think that when we get opioid money, we should put it in 2271?
That's where it's going.
Or 2272, I mean?
No, that's Catalyst for Change, all.
Yeah, the catalyst for change is, so all charges for the community healthcare worker is gonna be, they're not gonna cover the whole thing. She's gonna give us $40,000 to go against
And
community
that's
health.
what I put in the budget.
But I think community healthcare board is gonna cost us more than that, not a lot
We
more,
can do it,
but it has no
What do you
no
think this
markers.
means?
you know, all of the healthcare benefits and all that.
Based on
So we're gonna need
household
another revenue
population.
source to fund the community
Year
healthcare.
one,
She's
year
got
two,
one.
year three.
She's got her own.
I know, but
What's year
you're
one? I
what's
guess that was
paying
last
for it.
year.
Oh, I don't know.
But
Jody Dahl
Region
isn't gonna pay
three,
for all of this.
No, but that, we set it
you
up,
get this
because
much
it's all
this
health
year,
related.
this much next
No,
year.
I get you, but so you set up, you budgeted
Based
for the
on
community
population,
healthcare.
Must be.
Only the amount of cash that Jody gave us,
It doesn't really explain that
$40,000
very well
for
either.
now.
Okay.
And then
I'm
we'll
just
have
telling
to
you,
come
it
up.
will be more than that, and I'm suggesting that in the future, or maybe we look into transferring the opioid money into that account.
We can.
We just need to be sure.
Did
that
you? Oh, this
That's
is-
a mission
oh,
she's
section
fulfilling.
three, isn't it?
Yeah.
Region three.
Community health worker knows that opioid avoidance and education is part of her role.
Yeah, that.
Whether it was a class or two she taught in high school, or, because those funds are tied to a purpose, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that would be, because we were like, they're going right now into 2271, right?
Opioid money is.
Wait, and what's the name of that fund again?
National Opioid Settlement Funds.
Okay.
Yeah, because their purpose is to abate the opioid
Right.
problem, so I think a community health worker is an excellent person to do that
Yeah.
with. And it's a great place to put the funds. We just need to make sure she has some documentation that she's doing
Yeah.
opioid abatement.
Right.
In case somebody ever came back and said, hey.
Okay.
So
So
this
the way
is
we're
what
set
we
up
use.
now it'll work, but at some point, she's gonna go over appropriation and they're gonna be negative in resources, there isn't gonna be enough cash. So we're gonna have to transfer some cash from somewhere.
Did you look and see what's in 2271 for cash?
No, I did not. Is there a lot?
No. We got at least a dozen checks.
all right.
They're not
We'll check
very
it. You
high.
get my point though,
Mhm.
because we've got really,
But I still think we keep them separate, and then if we do need to fund it, then we have a
I
JD that
agree, but
shows.
we shouldn't be seeing any charges to 2271.
No,
No.
we haven't.
So we'll be sitting there with money that we can say, okay, we're gonna pull some of this over here.
So, how much do you say was in that account?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't
You
know.
want me to go look?
Well,
Should we guess?
I'm just curious.
Are you in a
What it
black
says
box?
here,
No, I'm not in that.
Let me go grab it.
The other, I mean, very easy thing you can do with
It
that
was last year,
opioid
year
money.
one, and this is year two, and year three, this is all of region three though. $17,770 for year two.
So we've gotten a share of that.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how much of a share that's the problem.
The easy way to deal with that opioid abatement money, because they're gonna wanna see that you're using it to do something dealing with opioid abatement. And the dollar amount you're getting is relatively low compared to like
Yeah.
Bill. Okay, you drop that money into whatever your fund is to purchase new police vehicles. And then you take whatever the money away from, that you're basically replacing that with. Then you take whatever, that same amount of money out of what you're paying in police vehicles and you put it into a fund that you can use for anything. Okay, does that make sense?
But wouldn't it also make sense just put it in the community healthcare worker?
Well, it would, but then
No,
you have to make sure you have documentation for compliance.
Or you're saying the police already have documentation, or,
Well, if it's going to purchase a new police vehicle, certainly that's going to deal with some sort of opioid
yeah,
abatement.
but isn't, I mean, I would think that the mission of the community healthcare worker is exactly an idea of what they want.
Well, I'll tell you, the other thing we do is
Mental
apply
health
for a
or
grant through those.
Addiction,
Yeah, she just needs to have something she can directly point to and say, yes, I did this class and this class and this class. And
oh, she
that's
needs
what-
training, is what you're saying.
No,
Dealing with grants,
She
every,
just needs documentation that we can give back to the opioid folks.
Yeah,
See, if it's
but
going to
she's
purchase a
doing it.
police
I'm
car,
with you, but-
there's built-in documentation.
Okay, I get your point, but I'm leaning, my recommendation is we do just exactly what Chris is doing, she's got that money sitting there. And I think if we can get her to do simple, it's just, you know, like, let's say that she was able to, there were addiction issues with so many clients, she linked them up with mental health, that would probably say, this is the best, I think it's the best use of our money right now for the opioid thing.
So there's 14,920 in there. And that's without the 800
I'll be darned.
that we're missing,
Well,
so.
I'm gonna rethink the option. Well, that might just
I was
about
gonna
make a
say, though,
difference.
we could apply for a grant to the state to fund that program, because it obviously.
Well, I
An
agree.
initial state fund was 68 million, and I'm dealing with grants every month. We have to approve these grants or vote on them, and there's a lot of money going out.
No, that's
And you can use that
excellent.
as matching funds, certainly.
And it's for
Excellent idea.
opioid abatement. I mean, that's what it's for, and we can apply for a grant. I haven't applied for a grant, but a lot of them are.
Well, we probably need to, and we know we will next year have to, because we won't have Jody paying for us, so. Yeah, I like what you get sitting there right now, it's where it's at.
Yeah, it's just cash, it's,
Yeah, we need,
Nothing's coming
we should
out.
write up a grant. For that reason,
that's a great job for your community health worker.
yeah.
Never looking back.
Although we'd have to stop buying opioids, so.
But we don't have to stop using
Stop
them.
buying them?
Yeah.
Well, we can continue.
I've got a truckload
Let's
now.
sell.
I've
You
been
gotta switch
poisoning-
over to marijuana. That's,
Yeah. I've been poisoning prairie dogs with them.
With opioids.
anything for me?
Yeah, prairie dogs out there with the lights in the middle, they're throwing a raid down on the prairie.
All right, so we got the budget, and all that's good.
Yep.
14 thousand, that's more than I thought.
And you're working on
Yeah.
uploading all those documents you were talking about?
Couple of-
Is there a link that I could somehow tap and get a copy of what you're sending up there, where you don't have to send it? to me?
Sure, I'll forward her.
Okay, good.
But you need a username and password to get in.
She'd have to do that? Was it?
It's Dennings, it's a
Okay.
Denning link.
Okay. Cause that would save me from chasing my tail sometimes,
It's ridiculous.
you know.
On the budget sheet, I don't remember how many, if there's 8 or 10 or whatnot. But first I have to send the whole budget. Then I have to send the mills, then the mill levy calc, and that's all part of the budget. So that seems redundant to me to have to send her multiple things when they're all included in the whole budget.
But you're not sending, you're uploading. Okay. So yeah, if you could, and maybe I'll request that they let me access that so that I can,
It's just a multitude of requests for different things, like Darcy does all the investments and cash balances and money markets and all that stuff.
well,
And
and just,
there's capital assets, which I had gotten a current list from Cody not too long ago. So I just sent her that.
okay.
And then there's things that don't even apply to us,
Okay.
so, but, okay,
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That sounds like lunchtime.
Sounds like it. Maybe we'll see Justin, he get some moose, huh?
Oh, he needs to throw a county barbecue.
Yeah. Should.
Like me.
I don't know if I'm thrilled about the way he's gonna mount that hill.
Well, the skull mount?
It might be for her, but
You know, so the problem.
because he ate the eye is why he's not able to do it.
Well, the
Yeah.
problem with trying to do a shoulder mount on a moose
Yeah.
is, I mean, you know, it's like
Takes up
trying to
some
mount
room.
a steer. I mean, it'd take up this whole, half this
Yeah.
flipping wall.
You know, it's funny you mention that. I worked for this rancher, he raised Texas Longhorn, and he had his best heifer get struck by lightning. He had her head mounted, and he sold it for $3,500, more than the heifer was worth. So there's just a
Well,
thought.
he must have good ears, huh?
No, it was for a bar bought it, you know, and it was like, God, that's what he should be doing with it.
Well, you know, I mean, some of those
You can
mounts,
sell them for
especially
meat
if
and
it's a trophy mount, I mean, they're worth a lot of money, like my
And they-
ram.
And it's
It's
not
worth
cheap to
like-
get it done either, I'm
My
telling you that.
ram, because it's Boone and Crock, it's worth like $25,000 or $30,000.
Oh, wow.
I did the European mount on my elk, so it's just a skull. so-
Well, it's less weight is what you're saying, and that way you don't need a structural steel revision to.
Well, that, you know, that too, but I mean, the other problem is, I mean, some of it, like a moose mount, you don't realize how big those things are until you
Oh,
put a hand
yeah.
on your wall, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you gotta
They
know where
take
to
up
put
some
it.
room.
Yeah, I mean, that sheet mount that I had done,
I
I
think
mean,
it
it's
looked pretty
pretty,
good
but
right
it
there.
still takes up a lot of room.
Yeah,
All right.
that's why Bob, Bryce, he built that new house up there, 130 feet long for all his mounts.
Yeah, you gotta wonder about that.
That crazy guy that I told you about the smaller.
Well,
All right, well, thanks. Good lunch.
I go to the,
Adam,
Yeah, sure. I'll leave
I went to the cake yesterday, or day before yesterday. Had her slip, it's $10 and more than I could eat.
yes it is, he talked to me last week all about you.
Stay in touch.
They have public comment.
He can come up and make public comment.
I told him on Friday that to start calling about 2:30 for public comment. That's what I told him last week when I talked to him.
Yeah, I think most people are not happy with the bus. He's called the senators and congressmen.
They did?
Calls, all sorts.
Oh my. We could call. Okay, they have gone to lunch.